Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This morning, we are keeping it real, giving you the latest, the hottest, all the information within Nigeria and around the world. Today's one is quite interesting. Corruption at Afdb. U.S. rejects Adesina's exoneration, wants fresh probe. Wow. So apparently there've been some corruption, and one Mr. Adesina has been exonerated. However, the U.S. wants fresh probe. They are not satisfied with the exoneration statement or reference they've gotten. Let's go to the news so you can get all the details. Corruption at Afdb. U.S. rejects Adesina's exoneration, wants fresh probe. Akinwumi Adesina of Afdb, U.S. wants international probe of allegation. The United States has rejected the clean bill given Dr. Akinwumi Adesina by the African Development Bank Ethics Committee over corruption allegations. Instead, the U.S. has called for an independent probe, thus upending Afdb's board's decision to end an investigation against Adesina. In a letter dated May the 22nd and addressed to Nai Kaba, chairwoman of the bank's board of governors, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said the Treasury disagreed with findings by the Bank Ethics Committee that totally exonerated Adesina. Kaba confirmed receipts of the documents and declined further comments, according to Boomerang. The intervention by the Treasury of Adesina, biggest non-African shareholder, comes 2 weeks after the ethics found no evidence to support allegations of favoritism by Adesina. The 60-year-old bank chief, who had repeatedly refused the allegation, is the only candidate up for election as president at an annual general meeting scheduled for August. We have deep reservations about the integrity of the committee process, Mnuchin said. Instead, we urge you to intimidate and continue an in-depth investigation of the allegations using the service of an independent outside investigator of high professional standard. The U.S. Treasury U.S. Treasury didn't reply to immediate response of an email request for comment. Adesina was accused by a group of unidentified whistleblowers of handling contracts to acquaintance and appointing relatives to strategic position at the Abidjan-based center. They should come to Nigeria and see nepotism. They go tire. They should come and see Buhari putting his daughter in NNPC, putting his nephew, they are talking about, that's what they are probing him for, right? You people don't have work yet. Come and investigate Nigerian presidents. Come and see nepotism at the height and the peak being practiced in daylight robbery, and you'll be amazed that this is the president of a country. You are accusing Adesina. The very president himself of Nigeria. You people need to investigate him. Let's continue with the news so you can get all the details. I'll just take that clarification again so you understand what he's being accused of. Adesina was accused by a group of unidentified whistleblowers of handling contracts to acquaintance and appointing relatives to strategic position at the Abidjan-based lender. Considering the scope, seriousness, you call this seriousness, right? You know Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, yes, that one. Come and see nepotism in Nigeria. In fact, they are removing every other locality, every other position that is being held by every other ethnicity, and replacing all of them with the North. Come and see nepotism art being practiced in broad daylight in this so-called said democracy. Considering the scope, seriousness, and details of all the allegations against the sole candidate of bank leadership over the next 5 years, we believe that the further inquiry is necessary to ensure that the AFDB's president has board support, confidence, and a clear mandate for shareholders, Muchin said. U.S. criticism of the bank internal processes follows comments by World Bank President David Malpass in February that a multinational lender, including the AFDB, tends to provide loans too quickly and, in process, add to African nations' debt problems. The bank rebuts the statement as inaccurate and not fact. The AFDB is Africa's biggest multinational lender and has an AAA rating from Fisher Rating, Model Investigators Service, and S&P Global Rating. Its shareholders are African 54 nations and 27 countries in the American, Europe, Middle East, and Asia. In February, the lender issued a $3 billion social bond to help African countries deal with the fallout from the coronavirus pandemic. Bids for the securities on the London money market exonerated $4.6 billion. The bank also lended a $10 million crisis response facility for African nations. Well, you are criticizing and saying this man is corrupt. You've not seen corruption at the peak. You know the president of Nigeria, this nepotism you are accusing Mr. Adesina of. By the way, guys, this is an African who is doing so well, who is one of the top, one of the top African, in the US, doing excellently well. Now, he's been accused. The accusation is not that he stole money like he will have with Nigerian politicians. So his accusation is that he is practicing nepotism, giving out loans too quickly to African countries without proper investigation or thorough check. Now, this is somebody who serviced, did you hear the number of the 54 nations in Africa? This man's bank is servicing the 54 nations. In the US, in Europe, in Asia, in Middle East, he's doing excellently well. But the only problem here that the US is accusing him of is nepotism, that is putting his family members at key position and giving out contracts to allies, to friends, to people he knows. My dear, now we say they accuse this man of the same thing. Can you see how democracy is being practiced? And this is not just, that's why we are here at the media, always letting you know of what that is going on. For as we continue to speak out, especially against President Muhammadu Buhari's nepotism in Nigeria, so that we can have, somebody come into this country and investigate the president and investigate Muhammadu Buhari of nepotism, my people. Of the same nepotism they're accusing Mr. Akinwumi. Mr. Akinwumi is a Nigerian who is doing so excellently well in a foreign nation. Is excelling and doing excellently well. Well, he's a doctor and the US is accusing him. All they're accusing him of is not that he stole money, nepotism. You see why we were pleading with you to please like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. Why? Because as we keep spreading this news, US will hear that Nigerian's president is being accused of nepotism, and perhaps they will come to our aid and check this guy out so that they can check him out and and Buhari can be investigated. Not just Buhari and this APC-led administration, daylight robbery going on. Anyway, my people, now the matter be this. So please don't forget to thumbs up for us, like and share. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless you. Have a good day and bye for now.